Ladies and gentlemen, this is Friday, August the first day in the month of August. That's month number 8. We are almost there. Today in Monrovia, in Nimba, in Grand Bassa, and in Lofa, the home of the president, comes a beautiful lady by the name of Game. Hey, Game, you are beautiful, but you're too rascal. That is Big Steve, the guest of the CWA folks. They called a couple of weekends ago where they were having their reunion. Someone sent me that tape, beautiful music. Hey, Game, you are beautiful. I came from the farm. I've been knocking on the door. I've been standing here for so long. Game was behind the door. Bok, bok, bok. Well, we got other trending issues in the Republic of Liberia. Many we have discussed during the week, and we will bring you up to date. We will bring in some new topics. But let's look at our folks from Grand Bassa County. We say hello or good evening to our folks in Grand Bassa, my hometown, my home county, Buchanan in particular. Our folks in Riverset, the Bassa Belt, Magibby, Grand Bassa, Riverset. Central Liberia, we want to say hello to Nimba, Bung. The Southeast, Sino, River G, Maryland County, Grand Jetty. We'll go to Nimba. We want to say hello to Lofa, the Vanjima of Foya, where the president is from Foya, so we got to say hello to Foya. The folks in Foya, we say hello to you there. Well, this is the week. This is the end of the week. We want to touch on everything from Monday to today. We call this basically the week in review. We touch on everything from Monday to Friday. One particular subject that is not going away. On the front pages of the paper, especially on the Liberia Investigator on their homepage, it says, while Liberia's 50 million MTLM traffic deal faces uproar from lawmakers, drivers, and civil servants. Why? If the top guys in the legislative body, in the judiciary, and in the executive, if they're being paid $50 million, why should regular folks like drivers and civil servants, why should they care? What's the uproar? Why are they fussing? You elected folks to represent you, and they are representing you. So why complain? You send these folks to represent you in the House, in the Senate, in the judiciary, and the president in the executive, and he appointed his core officers. So the Liberia Investigator puts it this way: defiance, sovereignty, threat, and hiked fees. The House of Representatives has suspended operations of Liberia Traffic Management, LTM, Incorporated, stalling the controversial 50 million traffic enforcement concession amid mounting public protests, alleged executive overreach, and fears that the deal hands critical state judiciary functions and sensitive citizen data to a foreign firm without adequate oversight. The House of Representatives have ordered the immediate suspension of Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated, LTM's operation, and restore full control of national traffic functions to the Ministry of Transport. We discussed this yesterday. We have been discussing this all week. But for some reason, the story is not going away. The story just wouldn't die. It wouldn't die. For some reason, this story is not dying. The move comes amid a deepening crisis surrounding the LTM concession. A $50 million deal critics now say could undermine Liberia's sovereignty, transparency, and public safety. We spoke about this yesterday, just last night. For those of us who are data and security conscious, we made this clear. That this has some international, our sovereignty, transparency, and public safety of all. The decision announced Thursday, July 31st, follows the company's failure to honor a legislative summons, a move the House has branded as contempt of the legislature. LTM, a Lebanese-owned company with sweeping control over vehicle registration, driver licensing, and traffic enforcement under the concession, also failed to provide a written explanation for its absence. Our elected officers called this company a Lebanese-owned company. They just struck our lawmakers, just struck them off. Who cares? All summer party comply except LTN. All summer party except LTN. Said Robert Haynes, Director of Press and Public Affairs at the House of Representatives. Their refusal to appear is a violation of legislative authority and cannot be tolerated. Someone just texted me and said, the House didn't get their cut. The House didn't get a piece of the action. As soon as they get theirs, you will see they will concur with the Senate. That's what somebody just texted me. So all this, according to this text, is all about getting their piece of the action. The House Joint Committee on Investment, Concession, and Transport directed the Ministry of Transport to resume its statutory duties immediately, including coordination with the Liberian National Police. Until further notice, all activities by LTM are to remain suspended. The second headline is concession mired in controversy. Public outrage and protests on July 28th. Hundreds of commercial drivers staged coordinated protests at EAW Junction and the Capitol bypass. They accused LTM agents of double ticketing, fining driver twice for the same offense, harassment, and arbitrary penalties. We don't want LTM. We want the Ministry of Transport chanted protest leader Musa Flomo, surrounded by fellow drivers who have parked their vehicle in defiance. The protest came just days after Boyka administration announced an increase in vehicle registration fees on the LTN new authority. Without prior consultation with stakeholders, registration for commercial taxis, for instance, surged from $75 under the Myean government to $300 US, while fees for heavy-duty trucks climb as high as $700 US in these tough times. Imagine. Those of you who are math major, we are talking about from $75 to $300. What is that? 400%? And if you were driving trucks, yours have gone up to $700 US. This is extortion, said Daniel Momo, a taxi driver with high fuel costs, daily delivery targets, and LTM fines. There's nothing left for us to take home. In a country where the economy is in the toilet, they say, scarce ridership, people don't have money to ride their taxis. If you were driving for someone, you have to make a daily target. You were struggling to pay $75. Now you have to pay $300 US. If you were a truck driver, you think you were struggling. Yours have gone up to $700 US. This is extortion, said Daniel Momo, a taxi driver. Extortion. How does one go from $75 in these hard times to $300 US? How does one go from that to $700 US for trucks? Clash at the cabinet level. In October 2024, Transport Minister Salif Tyler and Justice Minister Councilor Oswald Tuek clashed publicly during a Senate hearing. Minister Tyler described the agreement as unfair, warning it outright. They outsourced the statutory function of the Ministry of Transport to a foreign firm. We are talking about, you can say all you want to say, but the Minister of Transport is on the side of the law. He is saying, I am the legitimate legal functionary of the Republic of Liberia when it comes to transport. And here we are. My statutory responsibility as per this nation is being taken away from me and given to a private firm. That's the argument. We discussed this all week long, but it looks like the story wouldn't die. That's the front page of the Liberia Investigator. Then let's go to the front page Africa. On the front page of Africa, it says War Crime Court. Office receives part of promised government funding as office has prepared for important meeting with ECOWAS president. War Crime Court officer received $300,000. Advocate urged Boyka to fulfill the $2 million he pledged. He said this is a drop not in a bucket, but drop in the ocean. Jala Babu, Executive Director of the Office of War and Economic Crime Court of Liberia, said he had received $300,000 or 15% of the President Garguah promise of $2 million for the year 2025. A drop in the ocean, he says. Let me welcome Myean. Are you doing that, young man?
I'm doing great, Mr. Gamer, and how you doing? How's the family?
Family is doing well. Before I go, before you say anything, this is in your hometown. You are from Nima, so let me read what the front pages of the paper are saying. It says VP Coon, Senator Koga snub of MDR candidate in Nima by-election sparks outrage, accused of abandoning PYJ's party. Is it Buyao, Buuyao, Buyao, Nima County Vice President? Buyao. Vice President Jeremiah Coon and Senator Samuel G. Coker have come on fire for distancing themselves from the movement for democracy and reconstruction, MDR's candidate in the upcoming by-election in Nima County, District Number 5, sparking accusation of betrayal and abandonment of the party funded by the late Senator Prince Wyatt Johnson. This is your home county. This is your hometown. Young man, what's going on in Nima? This is serious.
Yes, Mr. Gamer, we had just in the senatorial election where we saw the newly elected senator of Nima County, that's Samuel Gongloe, where we saw that election, we had our own opinion on it, and then we saw the sitting vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Jeremiah Kwan. He was also within Nima County campaigning for this in Samuel Koga, and he's also from the MDR. So coming back to see that both of them are having some clash, I don't see it like something screams to our political setup within Nima County, because this same Koga and that of Jeremiah Kun, they had issue during the first senatorial election. So coming back to this same representative issue again, I don't see a screens, because both of them at times they stay away, they back up from each other, and at times you see both of them together. So it's not something strange for them. It's just the matter of the MDR, because right now we see that the MDR is being abandoned because they have a candidate within the election. So for us to see both of them backing up from the election, it seems to be like there is something going on wrong within the party. That's something like two of them, they cannot be able to support one person. So as a result of that, they have to back up. And one of the candidates that we are seeing within the election, he's like a close other to the vice president. And also during this going senatorial election, Senator Samuel Gongloe, he promised one of the representative candidate from that same era, from that same Buyao era, where he promised the man that during the election he will be able to pledge his support. But this guy we are talking about, he's not from the MDR. This guy who on a Samuel Gongloe promised that during the election he will be able to support him, because the guy and him, they contested during a election, this going 2023 election, where the guy came second to him. If the MDR was not going to support Onokoga, the guy was going to win him. So as a result of that, he promised the guy that if he win the senatorial seat, he will be able to support the guy in the race, that he will be able to win. But this guy we are talking about, he's not from the MDR. And the person who the MDR is carrying, he's having a close relationship with the vice president Jeremiah Kwan. So as a result of that, two of them, they having late issue in between. So you cannot see Onokoga, who have already promised someone who supported him during the just ended senatorial election. He promised the guy that if he win, he will be able to support the guy during the representative election. So as a result of that, he already promised the man. So if he come out to say he want to support MDR, it will be like break of contract, or it will be like you have betrayed the struggle So he cannot come out to say publicly to say, oh, I support the MDR candidate or I support you who have promised. So that's the issue that is between right now. So like yesterday, we saw a statement from Madam Ida Gongloe when she was on Radio Kekema, where she pledged and she endorsed the Lune female candidate of the by-election within Nima County, where she called on her supporters, she called on female, she called on the entire Nima County, most especially district number 5, to be able to support that Lune female candidate, that she can be able to win this election. Because in terms of the gender base in Nima County, in the political space, we don't see it there. We just see so many men within the legislature. We see so many men within the entire political arena. Because if you just see out of 10 men that will go into that election, you only see one female. Sometimes you'll not see no female at all. So if she come up as the only female Mountain come up to say she wants to run, that's why Madam Ida Gongloe, who just contested and came second, she also endorsed this lady so that she can be able to come up victorious as the next representative of that district.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, let's look at some of the comments. Let's look at some of the comments because this is very important. Let's look at this gentleman by the name of Jacob Doe. He said, let's be real. The real betrayer, Boyka and Kun used PYJ, then dumped him and the MDR without shame. The outrage over VP Kun and Senator Koga's snub of MDR candidate in Nima is fully justified, but let's not pretend this betrayal started yesterday. It started a long time ago. The real act of political treachery happened when Joseph Boyka and Jeremiah Kun dumped the very MDR and its founder, Prince Wild Johnson, immediately after they delivered the presidency to them on the silver platter. Let's not forget, it was PYJ and the MDR who mobilized the Nima base and swung the election in Boyka's favor. Yet, what did they do to Prince Johnson? After they won, they abandoned him. So this is nothing new, according to Mr. Jacob Doe, that this is a continuation of a habit. These people know how to betray people. This is not the first, and this may not be the last. Senator Koga took to Facebook to explain his position. As a leader, it is always important to inform your citizens of your decisions, he said, whether good or bad. We consulted with the people of District 5, and an aspirant emerged to contest on the MDR ticket. The party hierarchy was informed and accepted the decision, he said. However, while we were attending UNESCO convention in the United States, the party executive called an emergency meeting, announced a primary. Contrary to our previous agreement, upon my return, we informed the citizens of this new development. They advised us to remain neutral to avoid contradiction. That is Mr. Koga. Koga is saying, yes, I may be wishy-washy, but I didn't do it because of me, because the Nima people in the United States called UNESCO, they told us to remain neutral, so I can't take side. Myean, you are from Nima, you understand the politics there. Are you buying this one? That Koga is saying, I was going to support MDR, but my citizen in America told me I shouldn't. What's your take on that? His explanation.
That's why I said, Mr. Gaming, it's not all about citizen in America told him to not support. That's not the issue, because even the late Senator Prince Johnson and the current vice president had issued during so many times when we have some election within Nima. Even this going election we had in Nima, the senatorial election, when the vice president was giving his message out to the people of Kample, where he ended the end of like the last campaign message, where he even made a statement there. He said, Mr. Koga, you are seeing here today, he's someone who here are we have been going through rock and roll in terms of the election within the county, even the late Senator Prince Johnson. So this is not something strange. It's just a matter of the party, like I said earlier. It's just a matter of the party, because the party is carrying so much. So right now we want to see like one person within the party that is the hierarchy of the party, where we will say that if he speak, we should expect that everyone will be able to listen to him, is the vice president, because he is the one who have the high authority within government right now. And we also look at Senator Koga, and we also look at the party chairman. So since then, we've been here about it, rock and roll, rock and roll. We have been hearing about any statement from the party officially, or the party chairman, Councillor Kopokra is the chairman of the party. So we wait to see if when the open campaign, because the National Election Commission have not come up with any campaign date yet, or if they are doing underground campaign, we don't know. But with an official statement from the National Election Commission to open campaign day, we have not seen anything yet. But we're still waiting to see how it will be like, if they are going to support that MDR candidate, or they are going to wait until the two hurricanes that are in government higher position right now, which is the vice president or Koga, to step back and see and say, let both of us step back, saying the vice president supporting someone, and then the vice president from the MTR, you are saying from the MTR you are supporting another person. So both of you step back from the election, and then look at the people. Let's see who will win. If the person wins. So one thing I observe is this: if we having to see like the person who on the Koga have pledged his support to, if that person having to win, and the person that from the MDR, we see that, because that's something that the vice president also thinking about. We see that the MDR will not have that weight or that strength within Nima again, because with another person, MDR can going from that seat, losing that seat, it will be something like is like a great step back to the MDR, because people look at the MDR to be from Nima, so they have the entire Nima County for them. So whatever election that come from Nima County, they should have full control over that election. So if we see that fellow who's the senator have already pledged his support, or he during the senatorial election, he have already promised the guy to support him. So if we see that person to be able to be successful in this by election, I think the MDR will not have that face within the county like we thought of.
Well, this is what it says as a test for the MDR's future. With 10 candidates, including frontrunner Boris B. Ballier, Augustus Key Kenkwa, and Quagru competing.
That's a guy who the MDR is carrying, Quagru.
Quagru competing for the seat left by Koga. The election is shaping up to be a major test for MDR's influence in district number 5. But Quagru, according to Insider, Quagru says, I feel like they have left me hanging in the middle of the water. This is what Mr. Quagru is saying to folks. He feels like they brought him in the middle of the water and they left him there hanging. He feels that he belongs to the party, and the party should have no other choice but to support him. Why do you think they are leaving him hanging, according to him, in the middle of the water?
That's a misargument, because the two hurricanes, they are not like alarming with the same statement, or they are not carrying the same candidate. So it's difficult. So right now people will say Onokoga needs to come back to have the party at the heart, because it's the same party that supported him, and then he won a seat. So you from the MDR, you cannot come and say, oh, you want to support another person who is not from the party, because that's the parent that is coming within the election currently. Because both of them, the vice president and that of Onokoga, they are not supporting the same candidate. So that's the issue that will be in this election. So we're hoping to see whether the way in which the vice president was in the county, from villages to villages, from towns to towns, how he supported and campaigned for Onokoga. We hope to see if that's how he's going to campaign for this MGR candidate to win this seat, because don't mind you, he's trying his best, a possible best, that 2029 you'll be able to have faith within Nima, because if you don't have faith within your own country, your place you from, your own home, if you don't have faith there, people cannot be able to come out to say, yeah, this is the man we are carrying. We will not be able to see him within other counties. We'll not be able to see him within other places like, oh yeah, we the people of Nima have already put on Okun at the front to be able to run. So we ourselves, we ought to join the people from Nima so that we can be able to support him. So if it cannot work for now, I don't think it's necessary that 2029 you'll be able to have face to contest. That's why in trying your possible best.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome some folks here. David Williams, I'm watching from Colorado. Usma Ansu, I'm watching from Oro. Then we got Mr. Seaton, E.K. Seaton is watching. Fixed Electronics, he says the increase is 300%. Martin Willie from South Korea says he's following very closely. Clarissa, thank you for watching. We got Casey Johnson. Mr. Gamer, I am Casey Johnson watching you live from Cotton Tree, Lower Mangibi County. And we see Mr. Abu S. Kamara is on here. The gentleman is having a naming ceremony for his baby. This is Honorable Abu Kamara. Big Daddy, just became a daddy a few weeks ago. Yes. Mr. Fix Electronics, thank you very much. Hopefully I'm calling you Mr. You're not a Mrs. or Miss. So here we are. This is another big one we need to touch on before the rest of the guys come on. We are just teasing you, ladies and gentlemen. We are just teasing you. These are the topics that are trending in Liberia. The big one, Civil Law Court enforces Supreme Court's eviction order against CDC headquarters. Myean, this one is big. And it says, August 1, 2025, Monrovia, the Civil Law Court A in Monrovia has moved to enforce the Supreme Court's final judgment against the opposition Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, rejecting the party's latest bid to halt eviction proceedings from its long-occupied headquarters in Congo Town. In a ruling handed down Thursday, July 31st, presiding judge George Smith denied CDC's petition to dismiss ongoing summary proceedings to recover real property filed by the estate of the late Martha Stubblefield Bedard. The court found that the summary proceedings are separate legal actions and are not barred by CDC pending petition for specific performance. The petitioner request to recover real property is distinct and independent judgment rule, dismissing CDC's argument that the eviction matter could not proceed while specific performance case aimed at enforcing an alleged sale agreement remains unresolved. The enforcement of the Supreme Court 2016 ejectment order has been delayed for nearly a decade due to legal entanglement and political interference. Myean, this one is big. The CDC lost the case. The court is saying they have to move. They have to turn the property over. They need to be evicted while the other cases are pending in the court. It says the cases that are pending for retrieval or the litigation on the sales of the property or lease of the property is different from the eviction notice order that were affirmed by the Supreme Court. So the CDC has to move. Your take and what the folks are saying on the ground.
Okay, so Mr. Gamer, on this same issue, we have been talking about this same issue over the past few months. where the case went back in the court. Well, the last time we saw that at the Congress for Democratic Change headquarters, where the last time they had the argument between they and the Liberia National Police, also the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, where we saw that some DA officer went in to do some search and seizure warrants. And according to our sources, according to what we gather, it's the same property business. And today we also saw from the court that they put out this entire ruling. So I don't think it's something like people should be saying that CDC is still on the property, because even though they have bill on that property, and then the party is like saying they are the one own the property because they are renting, or whatever means they dare to be there. We don't know. They are the one who own that place. But right now, as it stands, this is people looking at this to be a political fight. Exactly, because we are seeing the United Party government within the ruling party right now, and people say they are fighting the opposition party just to remove them, that they will not have face for the 2029 election. So I don't think people will be saying these things, because if we say they are fighting them to remove them from that party headquarters, we should look at this also. Mr. Nangbe, welcome. We should look at this also.
Thank you, man.
uh yeah, we should look at this also, because you cannot be on someone else's property, and then maybe you are not paying taxes, or you're not paying for that property, then you still expect yourself to be on that property. We should not look at it at the political aspect. Let's look at it someone else's property, you are on it, and then you have to pay rent, or you have to remove from on that property. The people don't need you there. All you need to do is just ask for time, and then we move from there. If there's any sculpture you have built on it, or whatever that is on it, you go through the legal process. And then if you have a sculpture that is on it that is worth certain amount, tell the person that this sculpture we have built on it is so amount, you have to pay for it. And then you all go through the agreement. If the person agree, you sign the paper, and then whatever time it will go up to, then if that time over, you leave the property. But if they're saying that they cannot remove from the own the property while the court have already ruled, so I think it's something like it will be calling on the international community attention, because we all know CDC to be that party that is not we will not say they are not peaceful. No, that's not what we are saying. But there are people that will be looking at it on the political aspect, that Unity Party is going against them. So because of that, so they will come outside. That's how we'll see it. So I think it's peaceful, that you have to go through the legal process. If something like you have to remove from the land, you have to remove from there, because it's someone else's property. So if that's something like you would remain there for a certain time, or you went through agreement, then that's it.
Well, Mr. Nangbe, welcome to the show. This is our Friday edition, basically a week in review. We are going to touch on everything that we did or said or touched on for Monday. But we got so much news that I don't think we got the luxury of time to go all the way back to Monday. So welcome.
Yes. Thank you, man. It's good to be with you. And thank you again, Myean. Thank you also to our audience for joining us. Please do us a favor and share the show. Yeah, before I got on, I heard you talk about the political wrangling that seems to be going on in Nimba within the MDR. And I think that's it's a tough one. Keeping a party together, it takes a lot. It takes a little bit more than just commitment to the party. I think the list center did a pretty good job of that. But yeah, because freedom of association, you choose, you're free to stay or to leave. And so people come at will and leave political parties. You can't compel them. And then if you're going to encourage them to leave, usually, there are compromises that are made, it's a give and take. So again, I think the senator was pretty good at that. I don't know to what extent the current leadership is taking cognizance of that. It looks like they're having some real serious time keeping the MDR together. I think the current vice president, who, by virtue of his position in government, who now I think is the senior ranking member of the party by assignment, I think he undermined, or his efforts were undermined by him being drafted by the UP to go on a ticket of the current president, because that was a good thing for him at the time. That certainly is a promotion. But what that did for him was to uproot, in some sense, uproot him from the MDR. Now, even though there was a push and pull between he and the late senator, but they could always make up. But it can be argued that that senator was his anchor. He was the one who could help him anchor him to the MDR and explain to the rank and file, that he was on assignment and something like that. But I think it has proven, and I think it will continue to be difficult for him to make that argument now all by himself. And then, he helped the current senator win that post. We all know he spent, I think, about 2 weeks unbroken, I think, in the recent by-election. So he certainly played a major role in bringing the current senator to his office. And so the current senator, I'm sure he feels a certain kind of commitment, obligation to support him, and it's already they're having problems. And we had been saying it ever since the late senator left us, may his soul rest in peace, but that NIMBA will be in play. You notice this gone by election, we said that several opposition political leaders went in there to try to plan their markers. The CDC was in there. They endorsed, I think, 3 candidates or so. And again, we were saying they were not in there to win. They just wanted to plan their markers and call in the chips when 2020 now comes around. And this is exactly what we were predicting. And I think there is more trouble ahead. Maybe not for the MDR, but for the 2 leaders right now in government, the senator and the vice president, in trying to hold it down. But we wish them all the best. We hope they can figure it out, but I can tell it's going to be difficult. We are talking about the CDC, and let me not take credit for this. My dear brother and friend who was on the show not too long ago, Councilor Freeman, Wonder Freeman, he reminded us that the CDC really was not a Congress for Democratic Change. It was a coalition, right? A coalition of political parties. I think Alex Tyler's party, PUP, I believe that's the name of it, the NPP and all of that. And, that began to unravel even before, the elections were over. I think some of the people were dissatisfied with the way they were accommodated, they were being accommodated and all of that. And so this unraveling is still continuing. When we say so, our colleagues in the CDC, they would deny it. But, they say pregnancy doesn't go behind, it will come in front and you will see it no matter how, they may try to hide it, it will show. And we're seeing it. This is on display here. The CDC, I think they made enough. The Star Wars made enough earnings to have. I think I was looking it up just now. Between 2018 and 2023, is reported they paid $360,000 on this building. I think they could have added a little bit more and built themselves an office space, but it is a lack of commitment that we were talking about. And now that they are not in power, I think it's going to get increasingly difficult. Now, that office is symbolic for the CDC. I mean, there is the navel string. You can argue that the navel string are buried in that compound. If they are uprooted, I think that would probably be the concrete beginning of the end. So we hope to figure it out. But this has been going on, I think, since 2018 or so. The current chairman now was one of those, I believe, who represented the party, and they feel miserably in trying to delay their eviction. And I think it's about to happen. We'll see how they deal with it.
Wow. Well, the CDC, according to them, and the physical look when I was in Liberia in February, they did a lot of renovation. They did a lot of building on our compound. They built a lot of major structure, vocational school. I mean, you name it, they did a lot of work. So do you think they could have invested that much money, including paying that much money in rent, without some legal guarantee or some paper that, yes, the place will be sold to you, or if we are selling it, you will have something they call right of first refusal. And then it looks like the family decided to do this, but they made a number so astronomical that your first refusal can't even come close, because they were asking for like 4.5 or 5.4 million.
In the millions, correct?
In the millions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this was in the legal paperwork, they cleared their side by saying, listen, we gave you the first option to buy this thing, $4.5 or $5 million, and you chose not to do it. While the property is actually worth a lot of money, it is not in the millions.
No. Smart money would have, I think, dictated exactly what you're saying. Either tie this thing up in a lease to own and eventually buy it out. But yeah, they pay so much money, made a lot of investment in that, and look where they are. Our brother Elvis is right there. I value Elvis's insight into this thing really, really high. And I think he could be onto something here. Then CDC might go to beg Alice Cummings to come and build them out, and they could come together here and try to find a way out of this. But the current CDC, as I know it, I mean, you remember the recent dollar campaign or whatever that was. I think it was to pay the rent, if I'm not mistaken, that this is done. A party that was in power just yesterday. They had to come and bring wheelbarrow boys to come and help them out. I don't know how long they will continue with that. So yeah, they may want to go and seek out, other, financially well or financially capable partners to come and help them out and form another, I think, coalition 2.0, CDC 2.0. But I'm not wishing ill on them. I think we're all in the opposition community. I hope they figure it out. But this is not a good sign. So early on in their opposition. I mean, they've been in opposition not even 2 years yet, and they're having too many problems like this.
Myean, we see the Bernard and the Stubblefield families. They are split in two. Half of the group supports the old order. That's the True We Party / Joseph Boakai / Unity Party. And the likes of Archibald Bernard, who are diehard Joe Weah fans, a gentleman who beloved George Weah, helped him out, groom him. And when Joe Weah became president, made him a legal advisor to the presidency, all of the great stuff. We are seeing the other half of Liberia, the old order now, saying, okay, during your turn, you were making fun of us being evicted. We're going to turn, we're not going to turn the other cheek. We're going to turn the table on you. And they're using all legal means to squeeze them. Archibald Bernard and his group that back the CDC, they are there on the legal team saying that the CDC has a legitimate point, they have a legitimate lease, they have a legitimate auction. But the Supreme Court is siding with the old order and saying, listen, you guys got to go. What are you hearing on the ground, Myean?
So Mr. Gimme, This family issue, that's one of the things we see in land issue, because at time if you see some land, you will see two family heads, three family heads on it. So people will say during the job we are regime, the same family they benefited or they came from the George we are regime. So others are saying, why is it that during the George we are regime when they were in power, why is it that they couldn't remove the CDC from there, but they have waited after the George we are regime, and then they are not, they are no longer in power, they want to remove them from the party headquarters. So we've been seeing since this code came out with this issue. We've been seeing so many posts on the social media. We've been hearing from some citizens making their own view on it, because as it stands, the CDC party, they are doing so many good things. They are putting so many sculptures down there. If you visit the party headquarters, you see so many buildings that people are living within there. Even some of the party executive, some of them are living within there. So as you come out now
Those
to come,
people were squatters, man. Let me tell you, my son. They,
yeah,
they
yeah, I
didn't
know.
have they didn't have any legal permission to do that.
They
Yeah,
do.
of course. That's what I'm saying. So maybe if they having to remove them from there, well, they will come out to say, oh yes, we want you to pay for this building that we have built, this worth something a certain amount. Whether the court is going to accept, or the family is going to accept, or the people just broke the building down. But these buildings are all good, so I don't think it will be necessary for them to break it down. So they'll just leave it there and then put it into rent, or give it out to people. But as it stands, we have seen so many good houses within that area, and they are doing so many good things there. So we just hope to see whether when the court carries some police officers, some sheriff there to take the party from there. We're just waiting to see how the tension is going to be like, whether they are going to accept peacefully to say all of our partisans who are living in here, everyone, can you please leave the place peacefully and turn the people over. I think that will bring that's something will bring about pride to the party, and people will applaud them for that, because nowadays people see CDC to be that disgruntled party, or people see CDC to be that party that they have so many forces that will come out when they say this, another group will say no. When they say that, the other group will say this. So we hope to see how the tension is going to be like. But with that, we have heard that so many family members from that same property, the late matter, that same property, they are benefited during the job we are regime, where some of them were working in government, some of them benefited hugely. But as we see some of them now coming out, that's why people are saying that it is like a wish hunt or political vision for go after the party, because during George Weah, CDC people were after Unity Party also. So
The Unity
that's the
Party
same.
got kicked out of their office too.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the same thing they are doing now. People will say they are the Unity Party is also doing the same thing to CDC. So we hope to see how the whole process goes. But as it stands, we still observing it. We still waiting to see where the hurricanes of the party will come together to make a statement. But since then, we haven't heard anything from the party.
But you don't look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this side. This side tiny sedition here. Big man Martin Willie. Look at what he's saying. You guys knew very well that what the ruling party is doing. So we know very well what it's doing to the CDC is not good. But instead of discussing Unity Party bad behavior, you guys are here talking against CDC. You guys really think that the CMC is going somewhere? Well, what we got to do in this? I mean, we're discussing what's in the press. I mean, how is this? What does this have to do with CMC? You know, Musa Martin, my dear brother, we are here just doing our thing, minding our business. You know, we're here. If you guys, you know, you can come and join us. We're all in the opposite. She said, there you go. That's the heading we're speaking to. You go and talk to your CDC people. Let them handle their business. I mean, they're in court. We didn't take them to court. You know, but coming back to the issue that my young brother here is raising, you know, first of all, these people, the seditions, they have lots of lawyers. You know, how is it that they did not manage to tie this up why they were in office, as you're saying, because now when they were in office, they had home-based advantage. They were playing at home. Now, right now, they're the visitors. They're visiting, and they're trying to play on the pitch of another team, and they're gonna struggle. They had all the opportunity to tie this up. They didn't do it. All of the construction that you mentioned, yes, those are things that could factor into the lease agreement to kind of claim some value on that. They didn't do it, and this thing started since 2016, according to the reporting. That's when they were in office. In fact, 2016, I think George Weah came 2017. So this thing, I think, predates, Weah. But be that as it may, this thing has been around even while they were in office. They were unable to handle it, and they forgot that they could be out of office. They didn't think that was coming. They thought they were going to be there for 12 years. They didn't handle it properly. And now it is blowing up in their faces. Here we are. And they don't want us to talk about it. When we talk about it, then they're here forecasting the future of the CMC. Well, go ahead, go ahead and forecast the future of the CMC. But right now, we're empathizing with you. We're just discussing the various possibilities that could come out of this. And Elvis is correcting us. Yeah, you said the actual amount spent on that building is about $600,000.
Let's go to the like Warner Wolf, the great sportscaster in New York, used to say, let's go to the videotape. Now let's go to the court here. Yep. Let's go to the dispute. The background of the dispute, it says the land dispute began in 2014.
There you go.
When the interstate estate of Martha Stubblefield Bernard filed an ejection action against both the CDC and the interstate of William Thomas Bernard. You remember the Bernard people that used to, Tommy Bernard, that used to own all the buses and all that. So we are talking about if you are a child and your two parents are divorcing and you are caught in the middle, this is what's happening here. The Bernard versus the Stubblefield. The Bernard side of the family, they thought they had the legal lease and the authority to lease and sell. And then they got sued by the Stubblefield. So the Stubblefield sued CDC and the interstate estate of William Thomas Bernard. A lower court ruled in favor of the Stubblefield estate in 2016. And the Supreme Court affirmed that decision. Yet enforcement was stalled for years amidst speculation of political interference during the tenure of the former Justice Minister Frank Musa Dane, who previously served as a legal counsel for the Stubblefields. In 2024, after the CDC left power, the estate hired a new legal representation and resumed effort. They got rid of Musa Dane and they got a new lawyer.
And Martin Wheeler here didn't help.
He didn't help at all. To implement the Supreme Court ruling, the CDC responded by initiating a separate legal proceeding and filing multiple procedural motions, including the now dismissed Bill of Information.
Yep.
Court sheriffs are expected to act on the rate of possession in the coming days. Whether the CDC will mount another legal challenge or finally comply remains to be seen.
They won't, because the last, and let me borrow the word that was used by Justice Jim Cully, it was a charade. Their last bill of information was Fiamomo, so they fined them.
$500.
Yeah, just they tell you nonsense. I was like, I'll bring that foolishness again. I will find your beat. They aren't gonna try it.
I see why Musa Willie, when Martin Willie did, you rubbing it in. You wanted to be evicted. You wanted to be on the streets. You feel giving them plastic bag to pack their clothes and put it in there.
They better go find their Ghana go and pack their things. I said they better go find Ghana go and pack their things.
It's not Ghana must go, that was CDC must go. Oh Lord.
All
Listen,
right.
our brothers in the CDC, they said the court said no valid sale agreement. The CDC have argued that it entered into a contract with the estate to purchase the land, a claim now at the center of its specific performance petition.
Because
Because
let me before I forget here, and people here that will correct me, Elvis, what they didn't do was they did not research the ownership of this thing properly. Just like you reported, there was a tussle between the Stubblefield family. I think this lady you talked about, Abrina, whatever her name is, and apparently the person they took this building from was not the one who had the final authority over whatever. It looked at the sublease, they were subleasing it from this. So they got embroiled into this fight, this fight in the family, and that's why they went to court. And apparently, this judge, the court found in favor of this lady who did not give them the property. I think that's how the whole thing fell through. That's my understanding of it. I could be wrong.
The CDC has argued that it entered into a contract with the estate to purchase the land, a claim now at the center of the specific performance petition. But Councilor Johnny Momo, lawyer for the Stubblefield, says he told the court there was no legal binding sales agreement, only a rent payment agreement by CDC between 2018 and 2023, totaling a total of $360,000. The Supreme Court considered those payments as evidence of a landlord-tenant relationship, but not a transfer of ownership. That the first respondent's acceptance of $360,000 as rental arrears from the informant was an implied enforcement of the 2016 judgment and thereby established a landlord-tenant relationship. And under Liberia's law, the tenant cannot challenge the title of the landlord.
No.
The court cited in 2013 precedents in Jala versus Interstate of George S.B. Tuley, reinforcing the well-established principle in Liberian law. So, if CDC had legal minds, why then would they allow themselves, like the Stubblefield said, Musa Dean was double dipping. The Stubblefield said they hired Musa Dean to be their lawyer, and then President Weah appointed Musa Dean as his justice minister. And while that was going on, he was representing President Weah in the CDC and the Stubblefield. Can you imagine? You are the lawyer for the Stubblefield, and you are justice minister for the CDC. So
yeah, you remember that during the two Stubblefield.
That's your brother now. That's your brother, Musa Dean.
That's my best friend and brother, but he's a lawyer. Musa will do his job and get paid. But I'm not sure which of the Stubblefield, because there were dueling Stubblefields over this property.
No, the dueling was between the Stubblefield and the Bernards.
Yes, I'm sorry, Bernard. Yeah, you're right. But so, it turns out the side represented, I think, by Evan Musa Dean. You know what? For full disclaimer, I'll stop talking about this because I don't want to get Martin here upset, so I'll leave it alone.
So Martin Victor Nambe is conflicted.
But it just really is mind-boggling that all the time they were in power. These are some of the unserious things that we talk about the CDC. All the time they were in power, they didn't find a way. I'm not saying muscle, but there's a lot of aura, a lot of advantages that come with, being in power. That's home field advantage. The referee, everybody kind of show you a little bit of favor. I think they could have tried to tie this thing down. They didn't do it. All this time they were in that yard beating drum. you know, and drinking cognac and you know their and drinking their akpatashi or whatever they were drinking, all that stuff they were doing. They didn't tie this thing down, and now you know they've left office. All of the pomp and pageantry that comes with that has already deserted them. This is going to be a difficult case for them. They might end up losing this place. That's what I can say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to open the line briefly.
Yeah. Let's hear what Martin, I hope you will call and tell us why you didn't tie the place down.
Let's hear, because this is a hot topic in Liberia. Let's hear what the folks are saying about the interplay. Is it political here that the Unity Party is trying to rub it in? So now it looks like the stubborn fews are siding with the old order.
And who knows? Maybe the stubborn few want to go to the Unity Party.
That's correct. So and the Bernards are the seditionists, and they go with the CDC, and now the court is saying, man, you know, we got a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, new sheriff in town. But Jackson here to help them. Jackson here to help them. Thank you for coming, Mr. Sito.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for welcoming me.
This one gotta be real rough because it polling order hit rabbit hole wherever he
Martin
was.
Martin that called that man you got on you quick.
Yeah.
But what?
Go ahead, Chief. We're gonna welcome Mr. Seaton.
Yes, thank you very much.
We are going to open the line briefly so we can take some calls before we go to our next topic, which is war crime court offer received 300,000 of the $2 million promise, which is, they say, 15%.
You know what? They didn't pray. That's why I do.
Yeah, God didn't answer the prayer. They told you to go pray. You didn't show up. Now I know what happened to you. You got 15% of the 100% you asked for. Can you imagine? Ladies and gentlemen, you can make the calls here. You are from Liberia. It's 231-777-649986. That is your numbers. If you are in Liberia, if in the diaspora is 856-676-5136. Myean announced the number in Monrovia and see if the Monrovian wants to get on there while the Delawareans are here.
Okay, so if you want to put your calls in 0777-649986, +231 also on WhatsApp, +231 777-649986. You can put your calls in to be a part of the closing argument, most especially on some of these discussion that we have dived into tonight. 000. So we have our first caller on the line here. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Nima, where do you call from?
I'm Joseph Fremont. I join you from Providence tonight.
Okay, make your contribution.
Thank you. You know, the law is the law. When you get from the ministerial court, you go to the criminal proceeding, you go to the other side. Supreme Court is the last place. When you get there, the case go against you in favor of you, accept the result. If the Peabody and the Brennan say you should leave this place, they don't want money, they don't want this, because at the time, CDC was supposed to buy that place when they were in power, but they can't start there. I tend to be corrected since 2016.
2014.
14, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why you couldn't pay for the place? You did $1 right here. You did $2 right here. You couldn't pay for your sleeping place? Up to today, the people stay behind you. You came in power. What you were doing? You came in power. What you were doing? You couldn't do your $1 right and pay for the people play and do what you're supposed to negotiate. Today, the law is the law. We're going to Supreme Court. The people say you have to move. And you can't challenge the court. And attempt to challenge the court, maybe Liberian cell will come after you peacefully. You can't do that. So I think the best thing you can do, CDC, you have to back off and leave the people play. Because I know you will place that on President Baka again. You will place it on Unity Party. No. Stop the shifting game. What you need to do is you can negotiate with the UNA, no problem. But if you can't negotiate, the court said you should leave, you should leave. If you don't do, the sheriff will come and they will hire police to move you by force. That's the law. Thank you ever so much, brother.
Okay, welcome.
Before
You can
you
put your course in 0777 649986 0777 649986. So if you're on WhatsApp, you can call us on +231 777 649986. So let me see. I think we have another caller here. Caller on the line. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from? Hello, caller. Wow, you are sounding low. We cannot hear you. Should I take this next caller? Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Woodcamp.
What's your name?
My name is Nina Johnson.
Okay, make your point.
Yeah, you see, you can't hang monkey. They can also hang human being and hang baboon or any other animal. Yesterday, our father helped us. The CDC, they fought hard to move up on there. We hope that they were going to be journalists in the morning so they can disgrace us. Now you see, the rule of law, when the speakership was going on, they said the rule of law. Now the rule of law, then they leave the people out and move from there. Then they move by the rule of law. You see? Yesterday there was video who nobody said anything. But now, the owner of the horse is saying that they should leave. Let them leave. Thank you.
Okay, so 0777 649986 0777 649986. We have another person on the line. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
Yeah, this is Emmanuel Robertson. I join you from Chibisu Factory.
Okay, please be audible. Make your point.
Yeah, you know what is going on in this country is not good for us as a government or people, that we should always attack each other. Yesterday, it happened when CDC were in power. Unit Party headquarters were in the same province that they are in today. And today, Unit Party headquarters have been changed to Brush Street. And Unit Party is in power. CDC is the same province. Why is it that you people as the government, you cannot own your own area? You cannot buy or lend all those money that they teach you among themselves. I'm not talking about a particular political party, all of them. Why is it that you can be in power as a government, that you're giving money to lawmakers, you're giving money to all of those people, you're taking money from here, flying from country to country. You're not able to buy your own personal land to own a party headquarters. That every time you'll be renting from prison ministry and all you're renting from people's houses, it is disgraceful for our country, man. I don't want to talk much. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. 0777 649986 +231 0777 649986. So let's take this next caller. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
My name is Rose. I'm calling from Juboro.
Okay, make your contribution tonight.
Yes. Why the United Party was saying when they were taking in for the party photo, those decisions will happen. They able to pay rent. United Party for not able to pay rent. That while they migrating from place to place. So they see that they say they want to bring the hatred that for that get for president. We are like, hey, you still carry on. Hey, you still carry on. But then it be there. Don't be taking something in life when somebody help you. Don't never forget for that person. They can't forget the Bible. They said that they don't want to leave for that water. Don't never ever forget for that stick. For that particular man that will get now the poor president. He's some of when you do you waste the good away. You waste the good away that may not deserve good. That while everything you put in, it can't work this can be owing. So let them continue. If this move, that they have a situation they take it away. Would that be a solution? And would that be our party will love our party? Now the property will want, who can see some of the property? Everyone property will power, they will have it. They will still pay our due. So that when anything, so that is negative to the say about president or the solution. They leave it. The shipment is good that they play for will go right back to them. They will come before them. Now whatever thing they play in the United Party, they're all that is going to always be today. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Selected this next caller. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from? The line is hot.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, make your contribution quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, my name is Elijah D. Temu, and I join you from Soviet Community. Let me say thank you, guys, for this great show. One good thing I would like to remind the Unity Party government of is that doing everything that you think you can do to bring down the CDC, or you feel that you can destabilize and destroy the CDC, they are daydreaming. The CDC remain very, very strong, and you cannot use the issue of party office or party office space and feel that you will do away with seditions. CDC is not the party headquarters. CDC is the people, in the mindset of the people, the mindset from the people to the one party is what that make up the CDC. We are very committed to our party. Those who you are hearing, they are going to remove CDC from their party headquarters is because they are afraid of the CDC. They are looking at the commitment and the unity that is within the CDC. This is the reason why Unity Party keep jittering about the CDC. We will remain focused. Unity Party cannot be the one to distract us. We will remain committed to our party, and we will stay firm till 2029. Unity Party will be a history to this country.
Thank you. Let's see where we can take this next caller. We have so many people on the line. Here's 07764 9986 07764 9986. Hello, caller. Name, where do you call from?
Hello.
Yeah, name, where do you call from?
I'm Mario, and I call from Myean people.
Okay, make your contribution. We have so many people on the line.
Okay, thank you very much for the show. Unity Party, we voted for you because we feel that you are responsible government. But it's like most of the people, they have to forgive. They got a hatred in their heart for our fellow Liberians. It's very bad. Especially we are church goers, we call ourselves children of God. I don't know why we should be behaving like this. Preaching to see one another downfall is not good, really. It's not good. Let us repent. Because after this political party, we'll meet God tomorrow and He will give us our reward according to our deeds on earth. So we need to stop all the kind of wickedness. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Let's take this next caller. Hello, caller. Your name and where do you call from?
Good evening, brother.
Yeah, make your contribution.
Okay, this is Bayetaba calling from Duaiso. Thank you for the topic tonight. I think we, the Liberian, we supposed to shift on past and present government. Reason being, every president have a legal advisor. I'm a Unity Party partisan. Having served for 20 years, while the legal advisor was doing, they couldn't advise the president to buy a property that they would use a party headquarters that no one would give them happen. So no one should shift blame on CDC. They make for Unity Party to lose their party headquarters. No. So for this present government, I don't want for CDC to say it's Waka Ono Man CDC. Where will I keep up on that? The uncle to the family that owns the property, he was legal advisor to George Weah. Where were him when the party invests a lot of money on that property today? They telling them to leave. There are people that betray no president that will be having because you legal advisor, you should be able to advise the president on the legal matter. These are the legal matter there because you're the legal man. Call the family that owns the property and go in legal agreement with the party. In that for 30 or 40 years, then you know what you're saying about. There was no good and advice to President Weah, and there was no legal document between the family and the party. Yes, today all the money that CDC invests under the party, even though the property telling them to leave. So why should you bring Unity Party? What was the advisor? What they were doing, they only after the money from the president, but they're not giving good advice to the president. That's why the president didn't do anything for this country. Most of Liberia, our leader, the legal advisors are not giving good advice. They only after the money. So I'm thinking we should blame the Unity Party. We should blame the legal advisor that was there with George Weah. They won't betray George Weah today. He invests a lot of property, a lot of money on that property, and they try to take them from there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. So let's take this next caller 0777 649986 0777 649986. So let's take this next call. Hello, caller. Name, where do you call from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Tesu. I'm Ahmad Down.
Please be audible.
Yeah, I would like you getting me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I wouldn't like for polo shape today, man. The whole thing is nobody will go and keep because the whole party is not a thing that we want to build this country. Let people try to see about their own interest, like they should solve their own problem. They shouldn't say that United Party doing the running propaganda. The United Party that you're talking about, they went to the city. I think they need to put their house in order so they can find place that they will have their party, to be going there so they can continue their party business. They shouldn't say that United Party or what Bugger got to do with your party business. He has nothing to do with it. You don't want people to really be going from place to place. You see, so I think it would be, it would be good for party who say they are, government is waiting to be moving from place to place. People now want to spend money. They say they're doing dollar rally, then they can't put things in order for them to have place to stay. I think it would be good for them.
Okay, thank you. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from? We lost that caller here. Selected this next caller here. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from? Your name and where do you call from? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the Torgbean discussion. Yeah, well, I'm just to come in that sorry for those citizens who bring Joseph Waka or what going on in the court because you now follow the rightful procedure. You will not follow the rightful party to care of the property that he put for. Joseph Waka get one of Kenya on here to address it and bring people situation. So bringing Geneva in such a situation not necessary. Let us all start to be any party. Unity Party were affected during the time of CDC. Today CDC is affected. Why they will blame the Unity Party? Unity Party not get nothing to do with the case. If you go through the weapon process, then that one will be solved. But all the data rally they carry on, they're not able to stay meet up with the obligation. Thank you for affording me the time.
Okay, welcome. Let's do this next caller. Hello, caller, and name and where do you call from? Mr. Give me if you're ready, you can give me a singular.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear
okay,
from
go ahead. Okay, make your contribution.
Okay, ask your question before I go further.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there President Bwaka said the people for the move CDC for that party headquarters?
No, that's not what we are saying. It's the quote.
You know, ask the question?
No.
There's a lady just left the line. The way you were pressing on the president wicked, the president did, the president died. You kept on the line. She said, what are that thing about the president?
No, that's our point of view. We cannot call her off. That's our point of view.
Yeah, but listen, another president tell the people to remove the people over there. Look, I keep up on that stand over there or Georgia or over there. I keep up on that food he. He know what he said that property was not for Akiba Bona. But they were taking huge amount of money and giving it to him because they felt that the money or free money was coming to them. So today they go having to say the people should move on. No one should agree. United Party people say that the president doing that, the president doing that. So then they move for all the poor property, the president for Akiba Bona. Joe, we should know better and do our NCDC work for ourselves with educated people. Some are doing the most account graded, that they were saving over there, they were enjoying themselves. At the end of the day, they forget.
Okay.
They sort of build up good party help for them because the money they put for the country and small money. See the kind of property that just we are getting right here. Come to Baptist Union, they want to live it right now. Go to fucking clone there. Go see the kind of property. They couldn't think to buy a party headquarters.
Somebody sitting now, blame one president and sitting now that concentrating on different things. Thank you, my brother.
Okay, you're welcome. So let's take this next caller here. 0776499986. Let's take this next caller. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, your name.
Yeah, this is G. Moses. I'm calling you from around here, our resident. Thank you, even for your topic on this discussion. But is it liable for New Party to Morga CDC? When they stay in power for 2 years, they could not even get a 50-party headquarters. Right after that 2 years, they invaded them. They went up Broad Street. They went up the that Broad Street party headquarters where the guys stay on pause. They stay on pause because they are not meeting up even with the people requirement. And besides that, the CC is a movement. It has transitioned from political party to a religion. That the first thing that people should know. Because religion are people that have developed love for each other. And then they kind of and on unity. So party headquarters shouldn't be the problem. Party headquarters shouldn't be the problem. Party headquarters is another aspect. But it's not an important thing. Because religion is within the heart. They are the church there as a building. Then the people, they are the real church. The structure there as a sanctuary. The people are the church. Because the heart of the people should be after what they are seeking for. And what we are there for people in the country, my brother, no matter what the world says, no matter how people think, church we will be the heart of Liberian people. Church we are able to pay poor people school fee, was fee. We were able to build home for poor people. So the things that we are there, it will never go unnoticed. So if they get feed and sees the party, what I can see is the brain, and they lie big time. They should not rely on that, brother. Because 2020 will beat them big time, my brother. My wife telling you, we move in the community, we can talk with the people. We know what they're gonna say. We know what the people are going through. Since the new party returned in power in 2023, we know what the people are going through, my brother. There are people who can have food to eat. Let me, I ain't even able to send my children to school. My children, why you say no Google school? I ain't even able. I wouldn't know myself. I wouldn't know how to hustle like that. So you know, they have been saying that. I'm talking about easy. The low-hanging fruits, those are things that they're supposed to focus on and see how bad it will impact the common people's life and see how bad. But the other big talking about party headquarters will not help now.
Okay, thank you.
And just so practice, Chief, let me just line on the point. We just have fast and prayer. They go on Wednesday. We just have fire and prayer. Then the very people who call for the fire and prayer, who is in the party that head, which is the person of the whole entire country, then they coming up with hatred. You see it. That's why I told somebody, I said, boy, it's not mock. Whatsoever see that you sow, that you reap. You can sow hatred, then you won't get love. You can sow deception, then you won't get loyalty. Nowhere, brother. Nowhere. So thank you so kindly for the discussion tonight, man.
Okay.
I appreciate you so kindly.
You're welcome. Let's take this next caller. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from? Hello, caller. We lost that caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, Nima, where do you call from?
My name is Moses Pewee. I just come to see this new. They were moving over. You get us down.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Broad Street.
Okay, make your contribution tonight.
Thank you. The only solution for my party headquarters is that yellow machine. When yellow machine, 4 or 5 on the coast, 4 or 5 yellow machine over there, they be hitting the wall dropping. That'll go safe on the to show that CDC, they're not law abiding. When I people want to say the law is the law, why do they want to obey the law? So are they exempted from law?
My man, you got one yellow machine? Y'all got yellow machine?
They cannot obey the law. It's a different person case. You see, the law is the law. You see them passing, but they don't want to obey the civil code. See? So I'm telling you, oh, now the head I hear, get a sign yellow machine, 4-5 yellow machine, what the 4 daybreak, they start bringing the thing in there. They finish.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this next caller. So interesting tonight. Your name and what do you call from?
Emmanuel Azif from Wukan.
Make your contribution on tonight.
Yeah, I just to add to the discussion, people should not be blaming each other. The same thing that United Party did in the past is the same that just what the CDC did. You get a far-looking place that you know is for the future. Then you left it out. You in power for 6 years. You left that place without control. Instead of you convincing the people of that place and get them for yourself for the future, you allow the people your time expire. Then you come in to blame people. Why the other people did the same? And you know, experience is the best teacher. What your friend did in the past, you should learn from the experience, and then it will not affect you. So they shouldn't blame Unity Party on their own and carelessness. So thank you.
Okay, thank you too. 0777 649986. Make your contribution and name and where do you call from? Okay, make your point tonight.
Yeah, if Unity Party when they tell party got up for me, I'm a chooser and I will miss it. When they want a party got up whatsoever, Jeremiah want to let do it. Who is the same person we want to cover.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this caller. Hello, caller, and name and where do you call from?
I'm calling from two communities.
Your name?
My name is Prince Smith.
Okay, make your contribution.
Yeah, the decision, very happy to see CDC moving on the party for. But you see, Joseph Boga, who put up for Joseph Boga. Yeah, by the end, it decided to pass our body, and now we're not working in the country hard. Joseph Boga pass our body, and we'll go to the depot, put them on getting 50 year, on getting this. So the country have Boga need to help for the youth, because we voted for him. He not doing nothing but the crying for CDP party help for what they are taking Moto Tabari, surviving from aid, they are keeping our Moto Tabari. So I only want to let Joseph Boga help the youth, because it's 2020 now, we're not vote for him. So thanks to you.
Okay, you're welcome. Let's take this next caller. Hello, caller, name and where do you call from?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, make your point tonight.
Yeah, my name is Daniel Bayoka. I'm calling for 12.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, I don't want to lie to you. I'm a citizen. But the way the Pope, I haven't alcohol business, so we suffer on the job of the president. He went to 7 the test, the money, they did a lot of things to us. We do best citizen the level of the alcohol business. The poor who want to make it free money at the time, the bidding houses, the deal, or something, the bill over us who are dead, nobody knows us. That today they want to come. I'm a citizen. For a habit, for one habit, let them move. Let them move on, then we'll be see you next time. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So let's take this next caller here. 0777 64 9986 0777 64 9986. Let's take this next caller on the line. Hello, caller, name and where do you call from? Your name? Okay, make your point tonight.
I don't think party is the problem of dealing like we are up.
What's the issue?
The issue here, complaining of this man, Don Brown, Paul Brown, bringing United Party, bringing CDC without power like Europe. I think the better is to look at the country, what's the austerity the country to. Running the country on party settlement can help the unborn. That I can anybody for free. in a party of party settlement, who they party, so we are for a guy that are for the better leadership of pushing like ground power. Moving United Party, CDC for that party, can carry like blood to where like blood should be. People who find place for them to be destroying that party, cannot say that CDC is dissolved. Moving United Party for any other area cannot carry like blood power. The whole will put hands together to build the country and forget about party settlement.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hello, caller. Neiman, where do you call from?
Hello?
Yeah, make your point. Stay away from your monitor. Wow, we cannot take you. You cannot do this to us. Hello, caller. Neiman, where do you call from?
Hello, I'm from Myean.
Your line is cracking in. You say your name again?
David from Myean County. David from Myean County.
Wow. All right, Maryland County, make your contribution tonight.
Thank you very much.
How's the singular from there?
I just want to eat coconut oil with Garguah, man.
How's the singular? How's the radio singular?
When we try that, it's just because of the rain.
Oh, okay.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing
Man,
good.
what part of Maryland are you?
Asking what part of Maryland?
I'm from Peabody, Southern District.
Oh, you in Peabody? All right. Say hi to Mayor Jika, Larry Jika.
Okay, thank you very much. But we are trying.
Okay.
Okay. We move to this and without get problem with it. But the problem is, old man, who is Mr. Waka, the Alcohol President, old man Waka, he has already said it over the air with her that he said, you will see the end of CDC. So moving CDC, it will not be the end of CDC. We like them, we still live. We still live and we support whoever comes there with job, we will come, so we are. But if not the one like you do one, forget about it. At the end of it, thank you so much.
Okay, welcome. Let's take this next call. Hello, caller. Name and where do you call from?
Hello.
Yeah, make your point. Okay, Winston, make your point.
You know, it's Torgbean is the cause of all that. And the people that are behind, they didn't encourage it. People are just using our keke to get money. And you are going to run after that place, then they are going to pay for that. For the place, they may bring 52 million. And say, they will go pay our bill. You say that they're going to come to you. They want to get crying for that. They're crying. That's the job. You have to go to them. But if they go to something, go into that, you go to them. So we have to go to that there. So, why do people cry for that? They won't bring nobody. They don't bring themselves.
Okay, thank you. Hello, caller. Name and where do you call from?
Yeah, good hearing.
Yeah, please be audible.
Yeah, good hearing. My name is Christopher too. I call for Torgbean.
Okay, make your point.
I just want to tell all the citizens to keep quiet. No peace, no disturbance will go on. And we're looking up to the court result. Because for my belief, the United Party government, the present government of the United Party, which is Honorable Joseph Yuba, I believe that they just think that in our court. Because we cannot leave that party here, but we are peaceful people and we always live in the compound of the law. So no situation will say the beginning, they're crying or they doing their work. The law is the law, but we always in the compound of the law. That party, the lady who say our property will always be there, and the team, our party, up to 2029, will vote to the program and corrupt criminal. Amen. Boyo for our president, vote them up for our president, our president, George Manning. We are. So all citizens will look up to the president. People who believe that they cannot take off for them. Will not find a legal document by the law and the court. So thank you.
Okay, let's take this next caller only long. Just call your name and where do you call from?
Hello.
Yeah, make your point, your name and where do you call from?
I'm Mr. James Myean calling from Pakopi.
Okay, make your point.
Oh, thank you, my brother, for this talking point. See, this thing, they are frustrated. When the same thing happen with Unity Party to our quarter, they were all running around here, spoiling our name, spoiling Justice Salim name, that the woman did not work for nothing. Our party headquarters will now work to pay for the place that they move off. They are frustrated, and I'm in a gap of even looking for money to go to Bonade, to Ajibo Bonade, for us to buy that party. Our party will go in our place there for us to buy that headquarters, so we can be there. Because the law is the law. Whatsoever the law have pushing that for them to vacate from the place, they fail to pay for the place. So they should leave. They should leave. And when they yellow meeting with what to call, I will be one of those who is in this rally with the yellow meeting to come and destroy the area. Thank you.
Okay, let's take this next caller. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from?
Hello?
Yeah, make your point.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Andrew Gay, according to Canada Fooding Rule.
Okay, go ahead.
Believe me, I'm a realist. I'm not a partisan. But let me be bold to you. I hear people say, oh, you know, party, oh, CDC. The way do I never voted the party, but the way Joseph Walker is proceeding, there was for 1 year and a half. Joseph Walker, 3 years, you Congo Liberia. The way the party proceeding, the children can be saying that the party is eating the show gradually. You see now, NTA going Maryland, people taking photo, people seeing it. Liberia before. Liberia will dream on that time the party will go for the second round. See what I tell you? I'm not a partisan, but human being, so we could say yes, we could say no. The party is proceeding gradually. So I get all of us say, oh, we're coming back. It's still had an opportunity. But really, the mistake Joga made, Joga is our public policy is correcting it now. You see that? Even that two period is right there. You know that they will kill it for the 2029. Don't want to get. Now, right there, are best split into two. Nobody should fool you. You know, before there, they were not having force in the southeast. But gradually now, we can go for the Unity Party. Therefore, what it did. So nobody was so 2029. The public eating the shoe gradually. Now they talk about MTA coming, and they talk about machine coming, yellow machine for agriculture purposes. Tell me now, all the things they want the public to do, people are working there, they have busy. People couldn't forget. You'll be surprised to say no, let the public continue. Is it saying see what the statement they're making? They've seen it here. They have a Bible that says only a wise man can determine the tears of the man that died in the rain. Seriously, I tell you what the public doing. The decision must be careful because the puppet, because all I know the concept is the puppet eating the shoe gradually. If I were then, I would go for different strategy than protest.
Okay,
because
thank you.
Family protest for destruction. They want to spoil their own thing. People watching now. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Hello, caller. Nima, where do you call from? Hello, caller. Wow, we lost that caller. So you can put your calls in 0777 649986. 10 minutes up to the hour 11 o'clock from Liberia. Hello, caller. Your name and where do you call from? Make a point.
Yeah, the one that people call just say in the bury to rebury to I think do Prince just make us understand that he went to in the water. So going to go bury new bull or old bull stage or say I rebury to can I help Liberia? They have been 20 years or 15 years for today. Yeah, I forgot about all the things that talk about hearing the culture, I think about carrying this country power for our theory. Yeah, but one way at the past now, right? Let them forget about the party settlement. So there's no project you can tell me right now the party is still up there. I don't know. There's nowhere of the road project they talk about Lofa County, Grand Leaders, Sino, from Madam Ellen Justice Ellie. We very be working on those rules. You see, we have to go and break the rule from the common rule. When they can tell all that when last Joseph Walker have break rule for us to know that yeah, this is the project of the later part. Nothing, so I can stop there. Thank you very much for accepting me on the program.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this next caller. Here. Hello, caller. Name, where do you call from? We lost that caller. 07764 9986. Let's take this next caller on the line. Hello, caller. Name, where do you call from?
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing wonderful. My name is Jim Henry now, and this is my first time listening to your radio station anyway. Thank you very much for the program.
Make a point.
I called from Kenya. You know, I was just laughing when somebody said that they want to carry yellow machine to break down the property, and then one of the panelists said, do you have yellow machine? So I was laughing. But on a solo note, you see, I heard somebody say that they are lawyer body. In fact, that they will make sure that they take the food from them. Who know that? Who is the lawyer body? But the president went and condemned the court, the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. Nobody talked about that. You didn't party did some of you guys did not even say anything. In fact, you people did not say anything. So if even a CDC wants to actually stand to say that we are here and nobody come here to actually to destroy this particular place, then you can't tell somebody else. No. We will make sure that Joseph Barker will be the one to direct us how to misbehave when it comes to the law. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this next caller. Hello, caller. Name, where do you call from? Mr. Game, if you're ready, you can give me a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's take two more calls.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
So my name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Kehleboe.
Okay.
I call from Electoral Station number 11.
Make a point.
So thank you for the given analysis. You know, it is unfortunate. Nobody responsible, you or any other person, is not responsible for somebody's misfortune. You went to school and you sat in class and you didn't pay attention. Nobody responsible for that. Nobody, you're not responsible for anybody's misfortune. Not all the government or President Parker. You said we should respect the rule of law. You occupy a private property. The court said you went into an agreement. If you, I don't know whether you read the opinion from the lower court. In fact, that case was concluded by the Supreme Court. And the reason today, the court said the private owner can go about the invasion. Somebody is blaming the government. Why? Why you want to blame the government of the misfortune? In fact, you don't know that you have a standard bearer that is selfish. You don't know that you have a standard bearer that don't fix your interest. He's a celebrity. Look around the different corridors, dear brother. It's not like it was normal in the last 6 years. President Bakar go in a place, nobody wants to be drinking battlecraft. Young people now become a battlecraft, and they were sinking battlecraft beyond even your imagination. Today, everybody thinking far beyond. Scholarship opportunity, job opportunity in every areas of government. They don't want to say that. Or you want to bring a government of a misfortune. We who have bought our place, but you're being a de facto president here. Nobody questioned him. In fact, Twe, the former president referred to Twe as a senior partisan. Oh, so you didn't think about that, right? Why you want to blame people for your misfortune? Nobody's sorry for that. Please give the man his property. There's a private owned property. You were there for the last 6 years plus. You didn't even think that somebody would have come and claimed that property. Then you want to blame the government? We don't offer those trivial things. The government is serious in empowering and ensuring that the country is better off, that the ordinary people can benefit. But in the last 6 years,
Look at the Southeast. Myean final. God was trying to make Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. Today, marketeers can take that produce from the market, put it on a truck, and ride the corridor from Myean to Monrovia. Ride from Sunday to Monrovia. Oh, you're not happy about that. The man who claims to be a Southeasterner, he didn't even think in that direction. But
Okay.
this country, you have to pray.
Okay, thank
We
you.
have to pray that this country gets better, that the mindset of the young people can change. I want to say thank you so kindly for this thing you took tonight to even, show a level of patriotism, love for your country.
Thank you.
Unless some of those people who came from one of the second countries.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this next caller. Last caller. Let's take this last caller. Who is already on the line. Hello, caller. You are last caller. Stay away from your monitor.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Your name and where do you call from?
I'm calling from Panavi.
Okay, close up.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for the show. If you didn't here, Joe Yala may like get money for even bad a whole party but Joe are fooling the Joe are running again to now. So I don't know what it is in the already there. Joe I get property when I may want para playing nearby. So I don't know what it is in the Joe I do there. So they must go from place to sit down and let it probably do a work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Keme, we close up for course.
Thank you. Great time that we got for our audience. We will be going off the air in Liberia by 7:30 or 11:30 your time. So we're going to discuss here. President Joseph Walker issues Executive Order 151 to restrict export on processed rubber and promote domestic industrialization. Mr. Nambe, I support the president on this one if it means well, if it's not just flattery and press release, if this is really meant, because George, we have signed this and we talked about it. He wanted to make sure that this happened, and they cost him the presidency because the power that be. This is what happened. Your take on this?
Yeah, I think this is laudable. First of all, let me thank our audience for interacting and participating with us. The only thing I don't understand is, why are the sedition? What CMC got to do in this thing? A sedition, they get involved with CMC. Martin Willis sitting down there in South Korea. Instead of him worried about Rocket Man, who is right next to who's trying to blame him.
Okay, I got somebody on the phone. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Sarah. I'm calling from Delaware.
Okay.
I want to talk to these Unity Party people. I want to really ask them why are they so worried about CDC party.
Who's that? Is that Mr. Sito again? Jeez.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Every day our people are crying. Things are hard. The market is difficult. People don't have food to eat. There is no chairs in the schools. There are no medical or medication in the hospitals. These are important things that they need to focus on. Why are they so worried about CDC party headquarters? Why are they so worried? I mean, that's my first time seeing a government or ruling party that is so worried about its opponent. All day they talk about MCDs export outside today or tomorrow. How does that put bread and butter on somebody's table? They're so worried. These guys are so afraid of CDC until they can't even sleep. All day they worry about CDC. They were in power for 12 years. They never built one kitchen called party headquarters for Unity Party. How can you not have something that you go somewhere and be putting your mouth for somebody else who does not have the exact city that you do not have? It doesn't make sense. They need to leave CDC alone, focus on the bread and butter issues of the Liberian people so that the people can know, so that the people can be properly rescued. Our people need to be rescued. Joseph Walker is way behind. He has not accomplished anything yet. You leave CDC alone. Thank you.
Okay, leave CDC alone. But Mr. Namwe, the president says no raw material leave Liberia, especially rubber. Do you believe what you're hearing? Do you think it's enforceable?
Well, I hope they do, because I think this is one good thing that I'll have to Agree with Councillor Gongloe on as well. To allow this government, this president, and we've said it here and several times. The raw materials, making value added. Do some of the processing here. Yeah, you create jobs. You also spur on the economy and others. So I think it's a good thing. But your question is quite correct. Whether they will enforce it, that is the question with this government. They make a lot of, talk, but they don't walk the walk. So we'll see, but I think it's a good executive order. I think 151. Yeah, I mean, before our materials, are taken out, do a little bit of processing of it here, and add value here. I mean, we're saying the largest rubber farm in the world for a long time. I don't know if we still are the largest, but one of the largest. And we don't even have slippers. We don't have chimmer bucket. All the rubber, is shipped out just as they take it off, out of the tree. So I absolutely agree with the president. I support him on this one. I've heard other people disagree. They think it will harm the local, small farmers, which could, but necessity is what the mother of all invention. Yes, I hope it doesn't bring on undue hardship. I hope they will figure it out quickly enough and find a way to adapt, because I think this is for the greater good. And so, yes, I absolutely support this call. I agree with the president on this one. We'll see, how they will enforce it.
Mr. Sita, a few months ago, the president issued another proclamation, executive order establishing the War and Economic Crime Court. And Victor Nambe was here doing backflips and jumping and giving high fives that this is the greatest thing that ever happened to Liberia. And today, on the front pages of the paper, is the president promised $200 million. And today, the entire War and Economic Crime Court received $300,000, barely enough to pay the executive director and one other staff. So these people come up with these big announcements, these big proclamations, and then they get the headline and nothing happened. Do you want to believe that this administration is going to tell Firestone, you're not taking rubber out of here without processing?
Well, let me say this. I think one of the reasons for the underdevelopment of Liberia is the fact that we are not adding values to our export products. If we were adding value to our export products, small-scale industrialization would have taken place in Liberia. Liberia is endowed with iron ore, and yet instead we can't even produce at least some kind of a steel product. Liberia is endowed with rubber, but yet instead we cannot even manufacture a latex glove nor tire that are rubber products.
Not even a condom.
Not even a condom. I didn't want to go that far. I didn't want to go that far. You see? So I think the executive order by the president is laudable. But I agree with him. But he should go further than that. It should not only be a lip service executive order. It must be enforceable. And if small-scale farmers will be affected by this, they can still accommodate the small-scale farmers, because if we are processing rubber and we are manufacturing products from rubber, the small-scale farmer will still add value to their product. In fact, as a matter of fact, it will give the small-scale farmers a boost, because they don't have to struggle to import their robots anymore. All they need to do is to ship it to wherever processing plant that will be established. I just hope that while this initiative is laudable, government should invest in this area. Government should form a private-public partnership. Government should encourage the private sector. Government should also encourage private Liberian businesses to engage in this sector so as to help to boost the economy. Now, with respect to the war crime code, my brother, to be honest with you, the culture of impunity has been going on for so long in Liberia. It has to stop. We have to hold people accountable for whatever crimes they committed against the Liberian people, be a political crime, be an economic crime. We have to hold people accountable. That's the only way the culture of impunity will stop in Liberia. However, the establishment of the War Crime Code commission is in the right direction, but it has to be funded. Prosecuting war criminals is not an easy task. Establishing a war crime code and commission is not an easy task. It has to be funded. If the establishment and the funding costs for $200 million, the government needs to do more than what it gave recently. $300,000 is just a minute portion of an estimated budget of $200 million. The government needs to do more. And I understand that people are beating on the government for not providing more, but the fact that the government gave $300,000, it shows that the government has an interest in this area, but it also shows that the government is budgetary constrained. They don't have the money. You understand? So that's why they provided $300,000. But I think if they are really serious about this, they have to institute some kind of a historical measure to ensure that wasteful spending are curtailed, corruption is curtailed, the fraud, waste, and abuse are curtailed, and the funds generated from all of these loopholes, when they close all of these loopholes, the funds generated can also help to fund the war crime code. So I think the government needs to do more. The effort is laudable, but the government needs to do more.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Nyenwolo, the CMC appoint lots of folks today.
Yeah. And you need to talk to your girl Jane here. I think she's really on a tear tonight. Over 10 different posts she's made in less than 2 minutes. So I don't know. These people in the city. So, I like her a lot. So tell her to slow down. I don't want to bust a blood vessel. I want to be around for a while. But yeah, the CDC is
No. I didn't say CDC. I said CMC.
CMC. PNC, you know what? Let me slap my mouth because Jackson is trying to make me. But the CMC, we're getting ready for the official launch. This party is just 5 months old. Think about it. Put that in context. We came into being in March. We haven't even officially launched yet. So what is happening is the political leader, in collaboration with the executive committee, they're making a lot of appointments in preparation for the party's launch. We want to launch this party, but we want to make sure we're present in every political subdivision and in every electoral district. 73 electoral districts. We want to make sure we have representation in all the 73 electoral districts and in all of the political subdivisions. So over the past few days, a lot of appointments have been made. Some people who were just recently appointed have been promoted. Ms. Sangari, she was one of the vice chairs. She's now been moved up to vice chair for administration. Prior to that, some serious appointments were made. Peter Toby was brought on, to join the media office. So there's a lot of preparation that is being made, and the party is deploying. We want to deploy throughout the country. I think there was a secretary general appointed today who will be in charge of all of these projects, the record and all of that, because we want to make sure we tally our projects and running well. As a matter of fact, we told the political leader and we'll remind them they need to run a ticker on the website. When you log on, let the projects keep scrolling across the website, or somewhere where the projects are listed, so that when Sarah then go there, instead of calling in, she will go on the website. When she goes there and take a look, you will see the projects we are undertaking, and then the government of Liberia, because they're chasing us around everywhere we go. When we undertake one project, then they run there and they say, "Yo, stop! We're coming to do it now." But why you didn't do it before? But anyway, if this is how our people will get their projects taken care of, we're not gonna complain. We'll just go ahead and do what we can do. But congratulations to all of the appointees. Congratulations to the political leader and the executive committee. I think they've made some very brilliant choices. I know some of the people, some I don't know yet. But I'm sure when you and I are in Monrovia and the rest of the team here, we'll get to meet the rest of the party members. It will be a big coming together in Monrovia. Save the date and look out for our official launch. We're coming. How can you find us? We're not under any threat of eviction. We're right behind the former Sophie's ice cream around the Cali Hospital, where the COVID testing office used to be. That's where the office is. You can find us there. You can also find us online. Check my ticker here, www.jackson, you're paying attention, www.cmclib.com. Go there, sign up.
Excellent. Mr. Seaton.
Yes, sir.
Here that I guess this is breaking news, just came on my stuff here. It says Kadiatu Diallo, a Fulani lady, writes, "Thank you, Liberia National Police, for the investigation. Like I said before, both Fula's sister, I don't know why they're not calling her name, Fula's sister and the police officer were wrong. Below is the outcome of the investigation by the Liberia National Police." And it says here, the Liberia National Police charges Zina Bar, now they're using her name legally, Zina Bar, and husband, and suspend officer over viral arrest. Monrovia, Liberia, August 1, 2025. The Liberian National Police have released its finding into the controversial July 22nd incident involving Madam Zina Bar and her husband, Ibrahim Jallo, during a power theft investigation or inspection by the Liberian Electricity LEC on Newport Street. According to the police report, Zina Bar has been formally charged with simple assault, preventing arrests, and disorderly conduct. She reportedly threw a bench and hot soup at the officer during the arrest. Ibrahim Jallo, her husband, has been charged power theft after allegedly tampering with electricity meters to bypass LEC billing. Officer Alice Tokba has been suspended for 1 month without pay for mishandling the arrest, including unnecessarily removing Madam Barr's hair covering and forcibly handling her child. Officer Prince Chebo was clear of any wrongdoing during the incident. The police acknowledged language barriers worsened the situation as no translator was used to assist Madam Barr during the confrontation. This is the findings of the police report. Mr. Seaton, your first crack at this.
Before Jackson come, I'm confused. I thought the officer who was in that picture was a male. I didn't know Alice Toba.
They had a male and a female.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think the police did the right thing to investigate this case and to charge the alleged perpetrators. I mean, a crime is a crime. When you commit a crime and you are being arrested for that, there is no need for you to resist arrest. There is no need for you to attack the police. The law is the law. Yes, it is true that there were some excesses on the part of the police, and I think those excesses was based on the situation. It was based on the situation. These people were resisting arrest. They turned to attack the police. And that's one thing in our society. We don't respect law enforcement. We don't respect law enforcement. And I think the police also is not doing itself a good service by not making the people to respect the police. The police owes an obligation to make the people to respect the police. Now, how do you do that? You build community relationship with the community. You understand? You don't ruffle the community. And so the communities must see you as an ally, not as a foe. And I think the police is not doing that. But it requires a lot of education with our people. Take, for example, that arrest. You saw how all of the Liberian people, everybody, people that were in that neighborhood, you saw how they surrounded the police, right? That is wrong. That is wrong. When law enforcement is executing an operation, people go about your business. It is none of your business. And our people do these things because they are not educated to those things, to those things, because those are hazardous situations. Because anything can happen and you can get injured. You understand? So when police are effecting an arrest and you are a bystander, it is none of you. What do you want to know? It is none of your business. Go about your normal business. Let the police do their job. You understand? And that's the problem with our country. And I think that the police is not doing a good job to educate our people. Our people needs education. You understand? When it comes to this kind of situation. But I think the police was right to investigate this case. People blew it out of proportion. They said, well, because she's a Muslim, so because of that, so the police was wrong to take off her hijab. Yeah, certain situations necessitate other situations. So I think the police, while there was excesses on the part of the police, but I think the police was right to charge them for the crime they committed. This has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with religion. Many times a Christian person has been arrested by the police. Nobody talk about religion. So why people bring religion into this? I don't understand.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we just said it. We got 10 more minutes to be on the air in Monrovia. I want to commend the police on this one. This is what the police supposed to do. I am disappointed that the police officer was suspended, because once you resist arrest and they are taking you down, anything can happen. I have seen people with broken arms, broken neck, broken face, because you are fighting the police and the authorities on the line. Because if they don't arrest you, they will lose all power and respect and authority to carry out their duty. So the police had the right to take you down by whatever means necessary. And I am an honorary Fula man. And I would tell my brothers and sisters in the Fula community and in the Mandingo community, or in all communities, when you are under arrest or the police ask you to go, you don't fight the police. You don't assault the police. Ms. Zina Bar herself know in Guinea, she would never do that to the police in Guinea. Before I go, I think we got 10 minutes here. Myean, can we take 2 calls on this if possible? Then we'll continue this on Monday because this is very important. I know the police chief may be watching. He thinks that we beat up on him here a lot. But this particular report, if it is true, what I'm reading, there's an excellent investigation. It was fast. It was quick. It was to the point. They laid it out, and the charges stand. Because what we want to know, the charges for which this whole thing happened, nobody talking about it. Everybody talking about hijab. And the police chief himself knows in America here, I got my hat on. If the police pull me over and I want to be frisky with the police, when they slam me to the ground and my heart go rolling somewhere, I can't say, they did me wrong. No, because I disrespected the police and I'm trying to obstruct justice, Mr. Nambi, while we wait for a call.
Yes, I was going to say.
When the call coming, let us know.
Quickly. There are a lot of commendations coming in for your dress, my man. So let me give it to you too. I admired your dress today. It has a little bit of Wild Wild West, a little bit of native Indian.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm a native Indian.
They pass up for your election business.
You gotta kind of further and thank that Haitian woman. She really putting you together.
Okay, my wife, Caribbean Queen. That's correct.
Absolutely. Let me commend my boy Charles. We are here. He's becoming a devout follower of the closing argument. He's watching all the way from Clariton Community tonight. Charles, thanks for tuning in.
Siafa is calling me Bob Gray. Okay, Siafa, I'm coming for you.
He's calling you what? He's calling you Bob Gray.
Bob Gray.
No man, I come man. He's not coming. But listen, I agree with you. I know we all came out here and we're all on the IG for his apology. But now you can probably understand why he had to come and apologize, because I think the police officer overreacted. And for that, I think that she has been charged, suspended rather, for 1 month without pay. And I have to commend him with the deliberate speed with which they've taken with this report. I think this is one of the quickest investigations I've seen in recent times. I'm sure they took all
transparent.
Yes. I'm sure they took all care to make sure they cover all the bases. So congratulations to IG Gregory Coleman and the team. I think they did a wonderful job. I think the charging that lady also. I think that I'm not a legal person, but I think that is the right thing to have been done. Also, the husband, my man, you don't bring a power stealing business.
And then you want to bring religion in it. How can you be a religion?
Exactly. You say he's stealing power, then the more in the kitchen still fanning co-pies. You want to steal power, then buy the one stove, and start giving them one hard time. You the one got her in trouble. But congratulations to the police. I think they did a good job here. Now I don't know why a diplomatic corps they're gonna go back now and tell the Guinean foreign minister what the outcome of it. I don't know, man. Listen, this is a good day for the police. Let's leave it there. You understand me? Congratulations. Myean, let us know when you're ready.
Myean, if you got any caller, announce the numbers. We got 5 minutes. At least we can take 1 or 2 calls and then we call it. I know another show coming on, and then we can continue with our YouTube. There you go. And now the number, Myean.
You have to take another call, right?
Yeah, let's take 1 more call, 1 or 2 more calls. We got 5 minutes.
On the police
on the police one.
Okay, so you can put your calls in 07776 9986 07776 to make a point. We've been receiving calls at 077649986. So you can just put in your call to make a contribution. We have roughly about 4 minutes left to bring you the next show. Selecting this next caller. Hello, caller. Neiman, where do you call from? Okay, make your point.
My point goes directly to the SG. Thank you for the investigation, but then to the food I want is our in Guinea. That thing is dead.
with between the police with base and truly hot water. They were going to drag her. They're not going to even say he died. They're going to drag that librarian person and put it in jail. Oh, no comment. And I did not even suspend the police officer. They know doing his job. By taking the step to knock the officer, he assault the police and the country. And the country said no carry. So they respect the country. You can't do that in Guinea. You can't even talk to police officer in Guinea.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So that I need to suspend the officer will pay.
Well, we lost that call. Hello, caller. Where do you call from?
Oh Lord.
Yep.
I'm falling on chickens and father this week.
Okay, make your contribution. Have limited time.
My issue is the issue of the Fula woman. Now, after the investigation, now I don't know why the LC managing director, who is government official, that led the protest at the time, what are they going to say now? Because when they got on the street, instead of going to the issue, they were even insulting Liberians because they were going on travel and Muslim business. So what are they going to say now because of the investigation? And they were dedicated. I went to Guinea. Oh, I don't even know what kind of country we get. So you something happen. A lot of people been still in the country and they be arrested. But it's just when why are they people talk to the street and government officials were in the protest. They don't even know, especially the LC managing director. I go straight to him because he didn't want Cherry LC and for a company business, they want to arrest that woman. What is he going to say to the war and Liberian people? Thank you for following the time.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll pick up this on Monday. To our cheering fans in Liberia, we say we'll see you Monday.
Give me 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me quickly congratulate my boy, Charles Boyma Blake. He was formerly the Diaspora Affairs Director at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He just got posted to the Liberian Embassy in Rabat, Morocco. He's going to join another Scorpion brother, J. Fire Johnston. He's going to be at the embassy, Boyma Blake, that is, as the commercial sector. So congratulations to BB. And now my drinking buddies are reducing.
Where's CMT going?
They never give me chance to talk. Anyway,
I will keep asking you this question. Where are you going?
Jackson, go ahead.
Where are you going?
Myean, see you guys. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Yeah, you see you on Monday, man. It was a good show. Y'all have a good weekend, gentlemen.
We're talking, guys. We'll be off here. We got one more minute here. Okay, now let's talk, Mr. Sita.
Yes, sir.
This was a great investigation by the Liberian National Police. I
agree.
I think we need to call. We need to give Gregory Comer his flowers. This is what we're talking about, transparency.
Yeah, he was transparent, and he was not swayed by sentiments.
No.
Yeah.
When you do stuff like that, there's no questions asked. No, you shut your opposition up. They can't say anything. It was transparent. It was fast. It was not, hearsay, I say. Straight to the chase. This is what happened. These are the people that were involved, and this is the consequences.
Somebody need to tell these tiny UPs that say Gonkanu, we already said we command the IG. So now he's still complaining over it. What else you wanted to say?
Listen, when they see IG that never waited for his own report and he went apologizing, so that was wrong. So now here we are. We are talking about somebody. Hold on 1 minute. Hello. Okay, go ahead.
All right, I just want to give it up to the police IG.
Wait, they supposed to pay you today because you're not working.
I'm on break. Don't distract your friend and me. Okay, so I want to give it up to the police IG for the swift investigation and. Well, another thing I wanted to say is that this police IG is very, very selective with some of the things to do. We saw the video of the police people roughly met and Hillary, the CDC chairman. Was there investigation in that? Was there any word of apology from them? No. There was nothing. The video is still trending out there. So this police IG needs to put his acts together. He's IG for the entire country. He's not IG for only Unity Party. When these people, do something wrong to other people, and he needs to investigate every last one of them, not just being selected. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Nyenwolo, we saw that the trending video during the raid on the CDC compound where a young lady was disrobed and manhandled by 4 police officers. The IG didn't come out to apologize to the lady. They didn't get to anything to do. So I think on this one, Sarah Dopo has a point.
I agree with her. Absolutely, I agree with her. You can be selective in law enforcement. I absolutely agree with her.
Well,
we don't know if there was even any investigation launched and what happened to that investigation.
That's correct. And I think Mr. Seaton, either he cooking or he doing something. The noise is not.
He packing his stuff from the CDC headquarters.
No. Look, let me make this caveat clear. I am not a sedition. I'm not a member of any political party, and I chose to remain that way. Yeah.
Have you voted in Liberia?
No, I have not.
Never voted.
All of my work in Liberia as a journalist have made me have given me the mindset to be an independent person.
But independent people don't vote?
Yeah, we vote and we can support candidates, but I'm independent. I'm not affiliated with any political party.
No, I'm just
I don't think the CMC can bar me.
Have you ever voted in Liberia?
I don't think the CMC can bar me.
I'm asking you, have you ever voted in Liberia?
No, I have not.
Hear this, Jackson. You are a CMC more. You just don't know it yet.
But
let me ask this question. Is CMC a political party?
We are duly registered. We'll be launching in the next month or 2, and you'll hear about it.
So then why are you calling one person the political leader?
Well, we have a political leader who was elected during the formation of the party, but the stand-up barrier will be elected at a Congress.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Now,
any other question?
Mr. Nyenwolo, the question is, this journalist had lived all his life in Liberia. He said he never voted once. Can you imagine?
Hold on. Okay. No, since I moved to the United States, I have not voted in Liberia. But when I was in Liberia, I voted.
Okay, there you go. Now, who did you vote for when you were in Liberia?
It's confidential.
You see that?
Okay, when did you vote? Last election cycle?
No, I voted the 1998 election. That was way back.
For Charles Taylor? That
97.
That's confidential.
97.
So you didn't take part in the election, the weird election?
No, I did not. I was in the United States already.
I voted in that election too, 97, yeah.
97. I won't ask you who you voted for, but
I voted for Garguah Bacchus Matthews, I can tell you.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
my man. That's my man, G. Bacchus Matthews.
No, you didn't vote. Don't come on.
Don't got fool here, man.
No. I voted during the 1998 election, but G. Bacchus Matthews is my man.
Yeah, no, you said it's confidential. We didn't know who you voted for. We don't.
No, but I can't say whether I voted for him or not. I can't say that. Yeah, I cannot say that I voted for him or not.
Okay,
but G. Bacchus Matthews is my man. Was my man.
Yes, guys. We'll pick it up on Monday.
By God's grace.
We'll try and uplift this particular investigation that won good spot on the police. Hopefully, the police now from here will continue this swift investigation and have it published for the nation to look at it so you can watch your hand. Don't be Pontius Pilate. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on Monday, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.